Who? Dan double you. Let's go. Ow, wow, listen right now. Everybody knows the man that says pow. Start the show, gonna talk some toys. This is for the grown-up girls and boys making noise. Let's start the show. Talking Marvel Legends and the money that we blow. Honestly, look, there ain't no stopping me. Turtles and Joes too, let's do this properly. Need to buy more toys, don't tell my bank. Wasn't me, promise it was Hellfire Hank. Whole Who crew, look, they made me do it. If it lands in my door, then I best review it. Screw it, I don't usually boast, but I got Rich M, he's here to host. Raise a toast and raise some ducks. This isn't your average show, we're deluxe. Pow, and welcome back to the channel, Dan Who Reviews. As always, my name is Dan W. Make sure you are following me on Instagram at It's Dan Who. Hello, how are you doing? Welcome back to the Thursday night live stream, episode 234, I believe. And we are back to talk about the week that was for Marvel Legend news. But considering there's not a lot of news, someone's left the tap on and there seems to be some leaks. So we're going to be discussing these Marvel Legend leaks that have appeared this week, thanks to David's Displaying Model Behaviour. So we will discuss, there is a link in the description first and foremost to that original video for anyone who hasn't seen it. But we're going to dive into these leaks and try and figure out if there's any truth to them based on what we currently know, and if there's any leaks that we're maybe even interested in. Because so far, Marvelous March is not looking good. That's all I'm saying. But anyway, I'm not on my own. Co-host is with me. It's Rich, displayed once. Rich, wait, Rivals is now a comic. Okay, I did not know that.
Oh, you Dan. Oh, busy weekend again, isn't it? Oh.
Yeah, not a lot of news. Not a lot of news, to be fair. But there's a pre-order today that no one's really got any opinions on, to be honest. So we might not even talk about it for long. But
not Jean Grey in her fucking boots again, is it?
No, that's
David.
That's just David. It was his birthday this weekend, so. We thought you'd be a bit more lenient for his birthday, but no, you were still in the comments telling him to shut up, which did make me laugh. Did you like David's birthday song at least on Legends of Liquor?
I love the birthday song. That's my favourite bit.
Cheers, mate. A lot of time went into that. Right, let's get into it. Hope everybody is doing well in the comments, in the chat. Hopefully I'll be seeing some of you this weekend, because me and Rich are going to be at Toy Fair. We're going to be at NEC Toy Fair in person. The biggest toy fair in the UK is in Birmingham this weekend on Sunday the 14th, I believe. So yeah, me and Rich are going to be there, and lots of the Who crew, hopefully. So yeah, if you are going to NEC Toy Fair, please let it be known and come and say hello, right? We're going to look around and buy some toys. Anything on your shopping list, Rich, for Sunday, or just browsing?
Oh, there's an overload of things that I need. Just loads and loads of different toys that I need to find, I think.
I always go, Rich, with a clean slate. I'm never looking for anything in particular, but I like being surprised. I like finding something I didn't even know I wanted or I had the opportunity to buy. I like those type of moments where I'm like, what? They've got one of these, and then I have to buy it type thing. But sometimes it's hit and miss, to be honest. I enjoy the just browsing anyway and the community aspect, but in regards to actual physical purchases, sometimes it's hit and miss. Sometimes I spend hundreds of pounds, and sometimes I'm like, spent a £5 entry, and that's about it. Well, it's not even a £5 entry.
Like, anything new for this new year you're going to collect for this year?
I've been trying to pick up nice condition versions of some of the X-Men Toy Biz figures, because a lot of them are ratty and old, and like the ones that I've had in the past were pretty naff. But I managed this week to get a really nice minty Wolverine. So as a little side project, if I can get any decent loose X-Men, I think some of the retro stuff, because I'm doing the Spider-Man stuff on card, but I think the X-Men, yeah, I'll still get them on card if it's a good price, but I don't mind a little loose collection of some of the Toy Busy stuff. So maybe that's what I'll be looking for. Right, let's get into the housekeeping, and then we can start talking about some leaks, Rich. Don't get your feet wet, all right? Lift them up. There's leaks everywhere.
I'll run for cover, Dan. I'll
Get
be
the
running
umbrella.
away.
Yeah. Right, what am I doing? There's that. Right, the after show is back tonight. So no Legends and Liquor this weekend, but the after show is back tonight. So if you're in the Who Crew Deluxe tier, you don't have to worry about it. We're going to be there. You can join us. We're going to talk toys. Nothing to worry about. But if you are not on the Who Crew Deluxe tier and you want to contribute to possibly seeing some bonus footage of some toy talk and everybody else's thoughts on these leaks, then let's do it. 5 super chats and we will make it happen. Dan Who Extra will be public while live. I'm just setting the goal now, okay? 5 super chats during today's stream and we will make that happen. But you know I appreciate you. Thank you so much. There is Friday. Anything over £4 or $4, you will read out your super chat, all right? So let's hear Friday's voice on this Thursday afternoon. Let's hear your thoughts on these leaks. Anything caught your eye, anything that gets you excited, anything you're disappointed to see, let me know your thoughts via Friday, and it goes towards contributing to the channel. And then, as always, the main thing, hit that join button. I tell you on every single video, because if you join this channel, you get to be a part of the channel. There are groups on Instagram that we chat all day long. Be a part of the community that we're building here. And again, come and hang out with us on bloody Sunday. We're going to be there in person. Come and talk some toys with us in real life, in the flesh. Rich will be hungover, but if you sing some Sugar Babes, I'm sure he'll be fine. He'll be absolutely fine with it. Let's go to the chat, Rich, and say hello to them. Where are we? All right. Oh, let me plug this, actually. So my reviews, I've got one more review to post, which is Banshee. So hopefully I'll put that up soon. The much needed update. Rich, in my review, I said that we now can complete the giant size X-Men in Marvel Legends form. Granted, some of them need updates, but having a representation of each of the characters in their accurate costumes from giant size X-Men, that is now possible, correct?
Yeah, of the new team, like you still need like Polaris in her like skull look. They haven't done those kind of characters with the, because they go and rescue like the old team.
Yeah, we need like Blue Angel and stuff from the team they rescue, but the team that goes to Krakoa, they that sort of second coming of the team. What do they call it? Second Genesis or something like that, don't they? So
Second Genesis.
Yeah. So anyway, I destroyed my display once again to actually put them all on the table, and they do look really good together, which makes me sometimes get annoyed that I'm like, maybe I need to buy an extra like Black Suit Storm or an extra Colossus, do you know, like, so I can have a Jim Lee team complete and then a giant size X-Men team, do you know what I mean, like just represent each era accurately. But anyway, Banshee will be up soon, but the rest of them are up now, including me and Rich were just talking behind the scenes how bad I made this look in my review. I just want to put a self-aware public apology out to the community. I'm not the guy that you go to for posing action figures. I never have claimed to be. I always do my reviews straight out the packaging, and it's more about comparisons and how does it fit in your overall collection and the history of the character within Marvel Legends. That's the sort of stuff I like to get into. Posing is not my game, and I didn't make this Miles look very good at all. Now, he has dodgy hips in regards of a neutral pose, but I promise you, he looks good posed up. You don't notice those flaws when you pose them up. So I think it's a case of function rather than just form, if you know what I mean. So get on in there. This wave will hit the UK very soon, and it's a solid wave. Someone told me as well that I was very misinformative on my Daken.
Dark Wolverine.
Dark Wolverine.
Yeah,
I tried so hard. I said about 10 different versions in my review. I thought if I just say different ones every time, I'll get one of them right. Yeah, someone said I was very misinformative. And I was like, what did I say? I said that he was Wolverine's biological son. He is. I said that he's Japanese. He is. What did I say that was wrong in that review? Some people are so critical. But yeah, anyway. All the reviews are on the channel now. I think Rom has got the most love so far in that wave. So yeah, please go check out those videos on the channel. And look, there you go. There's some channel membership. If you want to see every single thing I brought in March, then see how I'm spending my money. That's the type of content you get with the channel membership. It makes you feel better about your own purchasing decisions. You're basically my toy therapists. Right, before we go to the chat, Rich, let's just really quick go through the pre-order today, just so we can start it off there. So today's pre-order for Marvel Legends was the Maximum Series Hulk, okay? So we spoke about this already. A little bit underwhelming underwhelming in regards to what we hope to see from a new Marvel Legends Hulk. I think when we all heard the rumours that a Maximum Series Hulk was coming, we were all expecting newness, something we hadn't seen before. And the majority of this is very similar to what we currently have. A lot of reuse. Yes, they've used the new torso, but I don't know. We just wanted a little bit more, and it just fell a little bit flat. So the pre-order went up today, and unlike Spider-Man, it has not instantly sold out in multiple places. So it is still up and available wherever you buy your toys. Are you going to get this, Rich?
Surprisingly, Dan, no. I've given this one a miss, like I give Spider-Man a miss for Maximum for me.
Yeah, Maximum not got off to a great start this year. Again, I like the concept, but the execution hasn't quite been right yet. Again, I wanted to like this Hulk more than I do, unfortunately. Still not a fan of any of the head sculpts. I am happy that we can get a Marvel Legend Hulk to clap, but it's a shame that that new piece.
Very slow clap.
It's like it's just a shame that new element is surrounded with things we already seen. Like a ball joint on the waist would have been good as well, and like double jointed arms, and I don't know. We've talked about it enough anyway. But I just wanted to say the pre-order is up right now if you want it. I have put a pre-order in just to be transparent and honest. Of course, I collect Marvel Legends. I'm going to continue to try and complete these characters in their best form, and I don't know, I just want to compare it, and I'll do a video about it, of course I will. So I've put a pre-order in. It's due in July. It said 15th of July in the UK, so it's actually due the same week that some of those comic book figures are. So it's going to be one of those weeks again where we get a lot of Marvel Legends turning up. It's going to be quiet until then.
Hasbro delivering it to you next Friday, yeah?
Oh yeah, Hasbro already phoned me up and went, Dan, do you want the first review? Do you want to piss other YouTubers off? I'm like, yeah, sound, I'm your market stamp. Yeah, we've been there before, of course. But if I can get my hands on it early, of course I'll do a review about it. I didn't even want the first Spider review. Like, we publicly said that. It just, UK distribution's an odd thing. If he turns up earlier, I will do a review. But yes, maximum profits, maximum reuse. Look, I'm with yous. I'm not a big fan of this Hulk. I'm disappointed. I'm not mad. I'm not angry. I know some people on the YouTube get very angry because we're passionate about these things. I'm not angry about a toy. I'm just disappointed. I was just hoping for something a little bit more, that's all. So, yes.
It's all subliminal marketing, because who else gets angry? It's the Hulk! Yes. Banner becomes angry to get into the Hulk.
I get it. They've tried to... They made us angry on purpose to boost the Hulk marketing. Nobody is smiling like that, though, that is for sure. Right, so, yeah, that is up for pre-order. If you want it, go and get it. Up for pre-orders, not sold out anywhere. And yeah, toy prices are going all over the place at the minute because of those bloody tariffs. And I'm not educated enough to talk on that. I'm in the UK. I have no idea, but it doesn't look like good news, whatever it is. So, yeah.
But we're in the UK, right? And like Hasbro don't ship from the US then to us. It comes direct
to us.
So for like, it shouldn't affect us.
Of course. Correct.
It would be the smaller retailers that go to America and then come to us.
No, you'd think that, wouldn't you? But I think bigger companies are going to just raise the prices across the board, regardless of your region, to cover costs elsewhere. Honestly, it's how it's fucked. It's like, so.
Yeah, they're not going to be like, it's $25 in the UK. And if you're in America, it's $77.
Of course. So like, even though it's like it's Donald Trump, it's UK, it's US politics, etc., it's going to affect us all. So it's shit. And again, I'm not educated enough to talk about it. There are more educated people out there. Go and check out Jeremy Padawa from Jazzwares. He's put some posts out there about how they're trying to combat some of these tariffs within the toy industry. So check out his content. I ain't got nothing to add to the matter apart from it's just something else for the toy community to handle.
Everything could change tomorrow. It could be no tariffs. So it could be then tariffs. It's like, who knows?
Yeah, we don't know. That pesky Trump. Yeah, I always say pesky Americans, don't I? So yeah, that pesky Trump. Yeah, it's not good anyway. So we're just collectors. This is what we love. It's just a shame when things like that happen anyway. So anyway, it takes away the fun. But let's say hello to the chat, who are very fun. They are always very fun. I've got a poll up in the chat right now that started a few hours ago. Over nearly 150 votes already. It says right there, did you pre-order the Maximum Series Hulk? Just quite a simple yes or no. 33% said yes. 67% said no. So a lot more, nearly double, in fact, said no. They did not pre-order Maximum Series Hulk. And that is why it is still out there and still available. Right, let's say hello to some of the chat then. Let me scroll up a little bit. David Mitchell's in there. He said, happy Friday Eve. I like that. It does remind me the weekend is on the way. Super Sorrel, get well soon, my friend. I know that you've not been well, but I think you're home now. He said Hulk price is too high for him. Got myself some Jada Toys Scooby-Doo and some Super 7 Mars Attacks figures on pre-order. I have also pre-ordered those Jada Scooby-Doo figures. Are you in on the Scooby-Doo, Rich? I haven't really...
Oh, because they haven't done Scooby-Doo. Like,
he's wave 2.
Bizarre.
They did explain that. They did explain that at WonderCon. They basically said they needed a little bit more time to tool up Scooby-Doo, as they wanted to give him some really good articulation. So they pushed him to wave 2 so they'd have more time. So you'd get a better Scooby figure than you would have got if they put him in the first wave. So Shaggy's wave 1, Scooby's wave 2. So slow team. And they teased that wave 3 would be one of the girls as well. So it's got to be Daphne or Valma. So I think we're going to see quite a few more at San Diego Comic-Con anyway. But I'm in. I want the whole gang. I'm in. Tac.
You're getting the ghost. You're getting the ghost.
Yeah, I'm going to just go all in. It's only a little... It's like Street Fighter, isn't it? It's like a few waves a year. There, I feel value with... When I buy Jada toys, I don't feel... Look, there you go. Yeah, exactly. Like when you buy a Jada toy, you feel satisfied. You're like
variants, like.
Yeah, I'm skipping. I'm not doing the variants. I'm just doing like the main looks. But with Jada products, when they arrive, everyone like accessories, interchangeable parts, pieces. They're not crazy expensive. They're a fun line. So I think if the Scooby-Doo line can embody what the Jada line have already done within Street Fighter, then yeah, I'm all in. I'm gonna have some fun with it as well. So I was curious if those Nekatuni Terrors scale with the Scooby figures. Do you know? So you can add some more pop culture characters in the sort of toony style, maybe. So that'll be fun anyway. Again, it's all about having some fun. Darth Sidious said, hello, fellow plastic addicts. I really wish the rumoured Spidey Retro Wave was a Regent Builder figure. I also want to pick up the Max Hulk because I only have one Green Hulk. Yeah, the previous Green Hulks, by the way, again, this isn't a justification to buy the Maximum Hulk. This is just an observation. But the previous Green Hulks on the aftermarket are all at about the same price as the Maximum Series Hulk is now anyway, if not more. So, again, you've got options now.
Regent Builder figure.
Look, he wants it.
MCU Collector paying people now.
Yeah, I think he is. I think MCU Collector has a few. He's just trying to plant some seeds out there, trying to make things happen. Andy B says David Model Display's leak list has been pretty accurate. The biggest thing being the cable. The biggest thing being the Cabal 3-pack. Yeah, I think that original leak was Loki, wasn't it? But it ended up being Taskmaster. Rogue was also...
It was a full pack.
Oh, yes, it was missing a character, yeah. Rogue was also replaced Mystique, because it was originally Mystique in Destiny 2-pack. And Madame Mask replaced Constrictor as well. But considering Constrictor or the Serpent Society in general were meant to be in Captain America, and then that got pulled quite a long time ago, I reckon that was enough time for Hasbro to sort of rejig things around. And we may see Constrictor somewhere else that we will discuss momentarily. Z-Man's also there as well. Robert Thompson says, hello everybody. I think that Spider-Man in the second Secret Wars wave could be the battle damage one, as in the story of his costume gets damaged. That is very true. That has been something that's leaked, and that is something that would make sense. So yes, we will discuss. Kev's Collectibles there, hello. Jay's Toy Collection UK says, even though, shout out Jay's Toys Collection UK. If you watch this channel, you know our super substitute co-host Jay. He's just posted a video online, so I'm sure he doesn't mind me publicly stating this now, but he fell through his roof. He was in his attic displaying action figures. Yeah, exactly that, right? He was displaying some action figures in his attic. He stepped on a floorboard that wasn't properly supported, and he literally went through his attic roof. Ambulance called, neck brace on, X-ray, CT scan, he's got a whole story about it. He's good, he is well, thankfully. He did give me a heart attack though, not going to lie, when I woke up to pictures of Jay in an ambulance from Kiara, poor Kiara. But he is all good now, so we can laugh about it now. But yeah, it's a scary day for sure. Go and check out Jay's YouTube channel. He's posted his own video of his own point of view. But yeah, Jay fell through his roof building a toy display. Great. It sounds ridiculous, but I love them to pieces.
It was a toy display for maximum Marvel Legends, which is why no one should buy them.
Yeah. Just there's no point putting a toy display somewhere that nobody can go and see it anyway, or you can't see it because it's not safe to see. Like it was. I understood the passion of wanting to display, but not in the attic, Jay. Not in the attic. Stay out. I've told him he's banned anyway. Not in the attic anymore. David Evan Smith is here. Happy belated birthday. I sung a lot of songs from anyway. We've got Disavowed Action Figures, Striding Jellyfigs. Legion X has been welcome to the Who Crew Deluxe. Legion X. I think Rick's been in and out of the Who Crew Deluxe anyway. We appreciate you, Rick. We're going to be streaming later. Or come and join us later, actually, Rick. You can now join us on Who Crew Deluxe a little bit later and talk some toys with us. All right. We appreciate you. Thank you for joining the Who Crew Deluxe. We've got the Blatchula as well, and also shout out my good friend Ben. See that name that I can never pronounce, beginning with M, the M-I-K, that macaque, I still can't do. Yeah. We've made friends, and he said I can just call him Ben. So shout out my good friend Ben. Thank you very much. See, Ben's so much easier. So much easier. My words don't stumble over that. Shout out Ben. We've got Cloud as well. Jason Lopez, the Recruiting King. We've got Craig's Nostalgic.collection. We've got Jim Ruby. Dan Hayden, who will be joining us this Sunday, Rich. We'll be seeing Dan Hayden.
He's just early as well, isn't he?
Oh, he'll be there early, bird.
First one in.
Yeah. Just hold our place at the front of the queue, Dan, all right? Just get there nice and early. Matt Bridge says, hey there, Dan and Who Crew. Glenn Miller's there as well. Paul McCartney. He also said he's going to try and make it with Lady Mac on Sunday as well, so we should see those too. Make My Marvel Legends says, what's happening, Who Crew? We are good, my friend. Greg Finstad there, our vacant champion. Justin collects, of course, as well. Pixels and Plastic says, Rich needs to be turned up a little volume low. Okay, no problem. We can do that. Thank you for letting me know.
The soul sound of my voice needs to come out, Dan.
I reckon Will is just changing the volume of his TV week in, week out, because it's only ever Will that mentions it. So, Will, sort out your fucking TV. That's what you need to do. No, I'm joking. We do appreciate you telling us. Thank you. Encounter Culture. Oh, shout out Kenny, by the way. I don't usually go through all my pickups on a main show because I save it for Legends of Liquor, but Encountered Culture Kenny did help me out with that NECA Haulathon nonsense. I did get Shredder and the Dark Turtle Leonardo. He sent them on a private jet, Rich. He sent them on the Friday. He gave me the shipping information on the Friday. These arrived at mine Monday morning. Like, he put them in a private jet. Honestly, I don't know how he did it, but Kenny's got some hookups with FedEx. He made it happen. So thank you very much, Kenny.
Justified money. I think I'm on the wrong street.
Maybe. But the contract is ironclad, but you can't get out of it no matter what. Even if he offers you cuppies, don't go anywhere near it. All right, it's ironclad contract. No cuppies can get you out of this show, I'm afraid. Anyway, shout out everybody in the chat. We love you. We appreciate you. Thanks for joining us this evening. Let's talk about some of these leaks then, all right? Let's just jump straight into it. So, of course, these leaks are from Displaying Model Behaviour, fellow Brit. He's definitely took the mantle from Rectangular. We love Todd here. We always appreciate Todd. He's a grumpy old man just like us. And he had no qualms about leaking Marvel Legend news or whatever it was. And he did hold that title within the Legends community for the best part of a decade, if not even more, all right? So give Todd his flowers for what he did in that time. But the mantle has been passed. Todd himself has even said he is retired, or maybe David's paying off who Todd's source previously was. We don't know the politics behind the scenes, but David is closer now to these factories than any of us ever have been. So maybe David is at these factory doors making friends. Who knows? But shout out David, who's been making some leak lists in recent time. And to be fair to him, they've been pretty accurate. Like Andrew B said in the chat, there's been a few tweaks and changes, which are probably things that have been changed behind the scenes after the fact. But otherwise, most of the things that David's reported on have been pretty accurate. So there's no reason not to suspect that this list that he is talked about here may also be accurate. So again, it's just fun. This is already out there in the zeitgeist. Everyone's talking about it. So me and Rich are not naive to this type of stuff. So yeah, let's discuss it today. This is all potential anyway. These are just rumor and innuendo until it actually happens. Okay, so it's just a fun conversation. We don't actually know if these are happening or not not. It's just a fun conversation. Yeah, ask David who his leak is. Is he revealed who his source is? Who knows? But we're going to be discussing today. Ashaholic with the super chat says Colossus and Kitty Pryde 2-pack still rumoured, question mark. Rich ain't happy about it, but it's still on the list. Rich, we need to warm Rich up before we talk about that, right? We can't go straight into that one. So yeah, the link, the full video, by the way, for this is in the description of this video. So
vodka for tonight.
Yeah, you need it. You probably need it. Yeah. So the full video for David's video is in the description of this video, right? So go and check out his video. He does a full breakdown, gives you his thoughts on the reveals and leaks and stuff like that, right? So we are just reiterating what David has already said. But here's the list. So we're going to go through this particular list, and let's start with a Secret Wars Wave 2. Now, if you see these graphics...
You're stealing the video from David, you're stealing the list from Jay-Z, the work you've done tonight.
But this graphic is mine, right? So if you see this graphic anywhere else on the internet, if you see this graphic on Reddit or anywhere else, this graphic is mine. Okay, so I take it. I've collaborated unofficially with other content creators, but this graphic is my own Photoshop prowess. All right, unmatched Photoshop work as always. Thank you very much. The slow clap is back. The slow clap is back. But I've realised that this is an audio and video show. So I always like to. We always pride ourselves.
You realise that?
What's that?
3 years in, you realise that.
No, I've always knew that. That's why you're a big part of the show. As in, like, we've always supplied visual aid on our show. So, yeah, this is just adding to that visual aid, all right? So, Secret Wars Wave 2 is rumoured to be up. Now, this shouldn't really surprise anybody, considering they have now released Wave 1 of Secret Wars, a very solid wave as well. It was a great jumping on point for new collectors. And also, with the sort of pop culture in general heading towards a marquee movie titled Secret Wars in 2027, of course it makes sense for Hasbro to continue on that trend of using the Secret Wars branding within their toy line, as it's just going to be in pop culture anyways. So a second wave makes a lot of sense. Do you agree, Rich?
Yeah, a second wave does make sense. Again, I like this wave last year. The callbacks were like a good callback, and there's a lot of characters that we still need on there. What I will say though is the first wave, it kind of like paid tribute to the classic toy line, but also played tribute to the comic books as well. So we got like characters we never had before, like Titania, and we got the Beyonder as well. Like, whereas this wave from the leaks, there's no one new, but there is a mystery six-figure that hopefully will be a new character. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, let me just get the graphics up for that actually, so we can actually talk about it a little bit. Yeah, Wave 1, I actually I agree with Rich. I think Wave 1 was nicely done. Like, as a Wave 1 for Secret Wars, it was nicely done. When we did our prediction stream, we were virtually bang on with what we thought it should be. We just thought the Beyonder maybe could be in a different look, and then it was a toss-up between Titania and Volcana. So that's why I've put her in Wave 2, which we will discuss. So again, I like this packaging. Again, I'm a sucker for the retro card, and it's a tribute to the start of Marvel action figures, essentially. I know there are a few things before, we've discussed that multiple times, but this Mattel Secret Wars wave 40 years ago was some of the very first Marvel action figures. So it's a nice tribute in the modern day, and a great jumping on point for current collectors to fill some gaps in their collection with some iconic characters like Iron Man, Spider-Man, Wolverine and Captain America in Wave 1 is a great opportunity for people to get them, and again, all completely pinless as well, so they're all solid versions, and it's the only way to get a rollerblading Iron Man as well, and who doesn't want a rollerblading Iron Man? So yeah, Wave 1's solid. So Wave 2, let's discuss Wave 2, okay? So no one's mad at the fact of a Secret Wars Wave 2 is happening. So here is the current leaked lineup, all right? So this is, again, could subject to change, but right now this is a good template to follow. We've got Constrictor, who was originally meant to be leaked in that 2-pack with Crossbones. We now know Crossbones is in a 2-pack with Madame Mask. So that's one of those leaks that has a little bit of, like, we can follow the breadcrumbs where they probably did tool up a new Constrictor, have a place for him, moved him from there and placed him somewhere else. And this makes sense as Constrictor, I think, was part of the European exclusive figures from this Secret Wars set. Just going to the chat real quick. Jay says, thanks for the wow wishes. So JC recapped David, Dan recapped JC. So I will recap Dan on my stream tomorrow. Then Justin can recap my stream on Saturday just to keep the train going. Yeah, we're just recycling the content. It's fine. We just pass it along on YouTube. It's fine. Other YouTubers build content and channels off of just talking about what other people do. It's fine. It's allowed. It's allowed. So Constrictor, first one, Rich. Are you Constrictor makes sense for the Secret Wars wave? He was an original figure back in the toy line, and I don't know if you feel the same about me, but I think any figure or any character that was in the original toy line for Secret Wars is fair game for a re-release now on this card back. Do you agree?
See, now because I'm a comic book guy, I would prefer the comic book like things first, and I'm not old enough. I know, despite my grey beard, I'm not old enough to have owned the original Secret Wars line. But yeah, I like Constrictor. Like, he's a freak like me, so I would like that figure. Like, and it works on this one. I'm guessing they kind of swap Madam Mask out, moved him over to you. But yeah, he's a good figure, and if he's updated, if he's got some like good features with him, it'll be a nice figure to get. So I'm not hating it too much.
If I had a barrel, Rich, I would have dinged it there for you as well, by the way, all right? And the reason you say that is because Constrictor wasn't actually one of the villains in Secret Wars, right? And that you're saying you'd rather it was more comic accurate than toy accurate.
I'd rather like fill out like the actual characters who were in the original Secret Wars first, but like I understand why. Like this, like you said, this was in the third wave of Secret War figures. It was only released in Europe. It was like him, Iceman, one of the goblins. I think
it was Electro.
Electro. I knew it was a Spider-Man villain.
Yeah.
But like he's not in the original comic book. But then neither is Daredevil either. But again, they were both in the original toy line, so it does make sense in a way.
There's a lot of the villains. Some of them we've already got in recent time as well, like Molecule Man, Kang. We need a new Wrecking Crew, absolutely. We could do with a new Enchantress as well. That old one's got the old pin, terrible female legs. So yeah, like to Rich's point, there are characters we do need upgrades of that were actually in the comic, not just the toy line. But yeah, Constrictor was only toy line. Falcon, was he in Secret Wars? I can't even remember now. I'm doubting myself. Was Falcon the character in the team of Secret Wars?
Yeah, I think he was. When he in the Avengers at that point?
I'm
trying to think of that cover where the Hulk is like there's like pushing everyone up. Is it Thing actually?
Okay, let's just go through these other three and then we'll recap that, all right? So we've got Falcon, in regards to good guys.
Falcon is in Secret War, I'm sure.
Okay, so we've got Falcon, Daredevil. I don't think Daredevil was. I don't think he was in.
Daredevil was.
Yeah.
100%.
So we've got Falcon, Daredevil, and a Spider-Man. Spider-Man obviously was. We've already got Spider-Man in the black suit, which debuted, of course, in Secret Wars, as we all know. So Falcon, I'm trying to think of the ways we've got Falcon released. We got Falcon in a Build-A-Figure wave, and then we've also got Falcon in a single grey Avengers retro card. So I don't think Falcon is necessarily much needed in the Legends line currently. There's always room for upgrades, of course there are.
So, everyone says, no, Falcon is not in Secret Wars.
See, I was right. I should have just been confident.
The crown comes over to you.
I should have just been confident with my choices. But the YouTube comments, Rich, they just beat up my self-esteem. They just tell me I don't know what I'm talking about. No, it's fine. I should have trusted myself. I didn't think he was in Secret Wars. So Falcon's not in Secret Wars, or Daredevil. But like Constrictor, they were in the original toy line. These are literally pictures of the original toy line. All come with their lenticular shields. Now, so I don't necessarily think we're desperate for a brand new Falcon, even though I'd welcome it. Let's get a little Red Wing as well. We haven't really got one of them yet in the comic for our comic display. But a single carded Daredevil, I think, is something the community really would like the opportunity to buy. The last two upgrades for Daredevil have been in a VHS 2-pack. One of them's heavy with the cell shading, and then the other one was in the 3-pack with the Elektra and Bullseye. Both of them very expensive on the aftermarket. Some of the recent listings for that VHS 2-pack with Hydro Man are going for as much as £150, which is crazy, which is triple the price. Yeah, madness. So Daredevil is a character I think the aftermarket proves is a desired character. So to get him single packed, if they can do it on this Secret Wars card, if that's the way they're going to make it happen, I think that's fair game. I think that's absolutely fair game. And some people are saying in the chat, we haven't had Falcon in this look yet either, which is true. Some of the recent comic Falcons haven't really had the deep V. So yeah, I agree. An updated Falcon in a more classic costume would make sense. And then Spidey. Again, so Spider-Man was in Secret Wars. He got his comic, I think it was issue 8. He found the machine, that little black blob dropped out. He thought it was going to repair his costume, but it gave him the whole black suit. This was before we even knew it was a symbiote. It was just the black suit Spider-Man at the time. But Spider-Man did wear his regular costume up until that point in Secret Wars, and there was also a regular Spider-Man toy in the Secret Wars toy line. So this could just be a new Spider-Man just packed in the Secret Wars card in, which would be, I think, would be fine. Again, it's just another way to get
what body? Maximum Spidey. Like, just put it there with just a shield and like one web accessory for $25.
Just Spider-Man, web sperm, and a lenticulae shield. £25 deal or no deal. No, I don't think they're going to do that. Yeah, that is a good question to ask though. What Spider-Man body would it be? Would it be a repaint of the Amazing Fantasy? Would it be Renew Your Vows again? Is it going to be an alteration on one of those bodies? Because they've publicly said that they don't plan on releasing the Maximum Series body outside of the Maximum Series line. To be fair, they did say this year, and this is rumoured for 2026. The last Secret Wars wave did hit at the end of this year, though. So if they are going to follow the pattern, this wave, if there is a second Secret Wars wave, it could hit the very end of the year. So, yeah, I don't think it would be the maximum. That would be a kick in the teeth. It couldn't be the maximum Spider-Man on this body. Go on.
People in the chat are saying like a couple of things, like Keanu Reeves is saying about you could do like a battle damage Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And then like Infamous says you could be like regular Spider-Man with like the symbiote taking over, so you've got like bits in black, that kind of thing.
Yeah, and that's where I was.
Ways you could do it,
that's where I was going from Robert's original comment earlier, where he suggested that the leaked battle damage Spider-Man that was on David's original list could be this Spider-Man. I'd take that. I'd take that absolutely. I've said this many times. One of my favourite Spider-Man figures as a kid was this battle ravaged Spider-Man from the Toy Biz line. Matt Fisher with the super chat. Thank you very much.
Matt Fisher donated $4.99.
Cheers to you.
I gave away my rooster and got a duck. Now I wake up at the quack of dawn.
I like these jokes. I reuse these throughout the week. Matt Fisher, thank you very much. He says, I gave away my rooster and got a duck. Now I wake up at the quack of dawn. Get it? Because roosters wake you up. Nev, I appreciate it, Matt Fisher. All right, I appreciate it. Thank you very much for the super chat. See, that's just proof. Friday will literally read anything. Anything. So yeah, I would like an updated Marvel Legend equivalent of this battle ravaged Spider-Man. I still really want a web backpack as well. I don't know why. He's got his little camera. But yes, so if this is the way they have to make it happen, I would, again, selfishly speaking, Rich, I'd prefer this on the Spider-Man retro card because that's how it was originally released. So if I was in charge of that decision, I'd prefer Spider-Man retro over Secret Wars. But if Secret Wars is the only way they're going to get it out there, then I wouldn't be mad at it either. I'd rather it existed than didn't at all. Would you buy a battle damaged Spider-Man if it was?
Maybe. I'm not. See what it looks like. See how it goes. If it's got like new bits sculpted, if it's just painted on,
that'd be naff.
Skin,
We don't want that. We need tears in the costume. Yeah, we don't just need painted on skin tone. Yeah, no, we need actual additional sculpted detail on that body. Yeah. So as for someone who's a bit more neutral than me, because I'm obviously very biased to the Spider-Man retro cards, which makes more sense for you for a battle damaged Spider-Man, Secret Wars card or Spider-Man retro?
See, Spider-Man retro, I'd say, but again, if it's just going for this original look, I could see it being on Secret Wars because if you collected the original line, it was like in that line before. I think before the Black Spidey, or it was definitely in this. Yeah, it was like one was in wave one was in wave two. So I think for that and the symbiote Spidey seem to have, I think, from toy shops over here, seem to have sold the best as well because you can't find that anywhere now. Or if you are, it's probably going for more money than it was at the time. I'm sure there's some toy shop somewhere that's got it still in
Disclaimer.
stock, right? Before...
Disclaimer.
Yeah,
Me and Rich could never say anything is sold out again because somebody will find a really obscure toy shop in a place we've never heard of that still has it in stock. So yeah, disclaimer. It could still be available, but just to back up Rich's point, a lot of the Secret Wars figures, mainly Spider-Man, to be honest, is going up on the aftermarket. I think Spider-Man is the one that's going up the most on the aftermarket in comparison to the rest. So again, it's just a case with Legends. Like, Spider-Man figures will linger at retail for a while, but then they disappear and they just start climbing on the aftermarket. So I don't know who's waiting for the aftermarket price. Like, who's that person that's like, nah, I won't buy it at retail. I'll spend more money on eBay. Like, who's that guy? Just get it at the lowest price possible, for sure. So yeah, Spider-Man makes sense on this card. So Constrictor, Falcon, Spider-Man, Daredevil, all were on the original card back. Now, a name on this rumoured list is Absorbing Man. Now, Absorbing Man was one of the villains in the actual Secret Wars. He tried to lead the gang. He was like very lazy. And then I think Doom came in and sort of showed off his power. And he very quickly went, yeah, okay, I'll do what you say. Or, I think it was Doom or Magneto. No, Magneto was hiding away, weren't he? It was Doom. So, yeah, so Absorbing Man is a character that was in the comic, but never was in the toy line. But just like Titania, who we got in Wave 1, or Titania, she was never in the original toy line, but in the cartoon, in the comic. So it would make sense for them to do a character again that never had an original toy, but was accurately in the comic. So Absorbing Man would make sense. My only thought with that though, Rich, is the last time we got Absorbing Man, he was a builder figure. He was like in a Spider-Man builder figure wave. He had the interchangeable arms and pieces. Is there any way they could really do the character Absorbing Man justice in a single regular card?
I mean, it would be good if they made this like big, like, because they've done Colossus on like single cards before. It's not like they haven't done bigger characters. Like Venom's been on single cards. So I don't see why Absorbing Man can't be. Maybe he won't be as big as the builder figure because, again, depending on who's drawing him,
he doesn't need to be.
What he's absorbing really, it depends like how big he's gonna get. But like he still needs like his ball and chain to go like round. Like it's a lot of things you need.
Ding.
And it would go great with Titania as well. Like, so I would love Absorbing Man. I think he'd be a great figure to get. And we like the last time we had him was on that build-a-figure wave. So rather than having like a deluxe extra release, to have him in a single wave, I think would be pretty good. Yeah,
I think that wave was about a decade ago as well. So it's been a good while since Absorbing Man. And I'm thinking of a character like Sandman. Do you know Sandman was originally a builder figure? He was bigger, and I think Absorbing Man was just a reissue or reused parts of that Sandman figure. But Sandman did eventually get a single release on the smaller card, so maybe they can do something similar with Absorbing Man, where we get the character maybe stripped down a little bit to fit on the regular card, but still a representation of the character. So yeah, maybe
you could like just strip it back and I think these like bigger, stronger characters, I think they can still be on that card back. I still think there's a way they can do it, and I don't see this as like, it's not as entertainable as like putting Juggernaut on this card. So a massive character like that. Like again, Absorbing Man is not. It's like 9 foot tall or something like that. I think there's a way you can do it. Yeah,
Absorbing Man's a big, beefy, chunky guy, but he's not like, he doesn't need to be build-a-figure scale is the point we're saying. So I wouldn't be mad at seeing their attempt there. And again, it's a character that would make sense for the line for sure. And then the last one, according to David's list, is a 6th unknown figure. So I noticed, Rich, that there was no females in that list. So I already said earlier that if they're going to add a female, they might not at all, but if they could add a female, Enchantress is a good one. Maybe a comic Wasp, since we got a 2-pack Janet Van Dyne, didn't we, last year? So maybe a single Wasp would be another good one. She was in Secret Wars, if you want to add another hero. But I've chosen, just selfishly, to go along with Titania. We have a $1 donation, very generous, from Displaying Leaky Behaviour. That Secret Wars Wave 2 Falcon and Cardiac, how about that Spider-Man Retro Cardiac? Someone's a Cardiac fan. We will come back to discussing Cardiac, but we appreciate the dollar. We thank you so much. My want for a female, Rich, is Volcana.
I mean, she fits with this line in that she is like she debuted in Secret Wars, like Enchantress.
Not Titania, you
She's
mean? Titania.
oh, like Titania. How
Where's
did I
your
forget
comic knowledge?
Titania?
Where's your comic
I
knowledge
know
gone today?
it's just gone, Dan. It's just gone. I don't even know anything now. What am I doing? But yeah, Volcana, like she's in this storyline, but she doesn't really have this like massive presence in the comic books. Whereas like Titania goes on to become like one of the big like Hulk and She-Hulk rogues gallery villains. So like it would be good, but I just think she's a bit obscure. And then would she sell as much? I think Enchantress would probably sell more.
Agreed.
But then will it be? Because I mean, from when we talk about the Spider-Man wave in a minute, it seems like we're going away from the one female in a wave to no females in a wave again.
Yeah.
Because no one wants to buy those female figures down. What are they doing?
Yeah, it's a shame. Again, when I just looked at that wave and I seen that the 6-figure hadn't leaked or we didn't know what it was, I just thought it'll be fun to throw in a female, just like Titania was the one female of Wave 1, throw in one more female for Wave 2, and in Secret Wars, it's Doom that creates Titania and Volcana. Am I saying her name right, by the way? Volcana?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So he creates those two. And we've never had a figure of her either. So I just thought it'd be good. And she has like this, like, that's how she looks with her power set. And so they'll probably make her like in a translucent black plastic, maybe. I don't know. I'd be curious to see how they brought that to life. But like
They
you
could do
said.
like synergy style, like they did that A-Force pack in.
The blue. Yeah, for sure. That's where my mind was going for sure. Yeah, was she called Singularity or something like that?
Oh my god, Dan, I know nothing tonight. Yeah, she is called Singularity.
Fucking hell! What's happened?
Yeah.
We have traded places, Rich. What's going on?
I was drunk my vodka, my like secret powers have like disappeared.
It's all from my brain as well. This is, and that person in the comments said I didn't know nothing. Ha ha ha! To you. You're not watching the stream, I'm sure. But I, as much as I would like this, I think you're right. They'll probably go with a safer bet and go with Enchantress. As we've had Enchantress twice. She was once in a San Diego Comic-Con box set. I think she was in the Doctor Strange box set, right? And then she was also single packed in one of those Thor waves. But she hardly stands. She's got the big heels.
Terrible, yeah.
Yeah, skinny legs. So yeah, I would absolutely take a new version.
In that picture, but those Marvel Legends effect pieces look exactly like that. They can reuse them again. Look.
Oh, don't give them an excuse. Don't give them an excuse. You're not wrong though. Look, it shows you they clearly read some comics, maybe, I don't know. But yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Yeah, expect those effect pieces again in orange, people. So yes, there's our potential Wave 2. So do you have any other suggestions for a 6-figure to round out that wave other than a female? Who else do you reckon would be a nice cherry on top for this wave?
I mean, like Doom ultimately, because Doom is like such like the big bad battle world type of thing.
Yep.
I mean, there's like Magneto as well as characters like that. I think especially with like Doom going to be so prevalent in the MCU, I think we're going to see a lot of Doom going forward. So I think if Doom was the 6-figure, that would make sense from like a selling point of view when you could do it with like a Doombot head or something like that. Yeah,
so the reason I don't think Doom is because we got Doom in this 2-pack with Captain Marvel, which is essentially a Secret Wars 2-pack. But this is on an older body, Rich, with the pins. Do you know, like... Yeah. So maybe they could re-release this design for Doom. Like you said, Doom's going to be a big deal for the next couple of years, not just for like within pop culture. So obviously Hasbro are going to capitalize on that and give us a few new Dooms. I have no doubts about it. And even though it's only been a year or so, I'm always content with upgrading my figures to the new pinless tech because I just prefer that aesthetic. And most of the Secret Wars figures I currently have on a display are in that pinless realm. So, yeah, would I buy this again? Single packed on card, pinless with a Doombot head. Yeah, I think I would. I think I'd be content with that because I'd be like, okay, I get the Doombot. I could put the Doombot head on this older body, upgrade Doom for the main pinless body, and for me, I'd feel some justification for my shelf. So yeah, I'd be okay with Doom. Doom does make sense, but yeah, there's a lot of Secret War characters, a lot of good guys, a lot of bad guys. I'm very happy with them doing a second Secret Wars wave. No complaints for that. So yeah, that's what we think. So if this was the wave in front of us right there, and you can swap Volcana out for Enchantress, if that was the wave, I'd be fine with that. Yeah, I'd be absolutely fine with that. A few upgrades, a few key characters, again, to allow people a jumping on point. Yeah, absolutely fine with that. Right, okay, let's have a jump back. Any final thoughts regarding that Secret Wars wave from the chat before we move on? I can see Tyler saying Wrecking Crew. Yeah, Wrecking Crew are worthy of a box set. Like, if next time you give us the Wrecking Crew, don't drip feed us them. Do you know what I mean? Don't just give us one and make us wait and give us another one. Give us them in a box set. Just give us a team in a box. Like, it's been a long time since you give us a solid team in a box. I think the last time we got a decent team in a box was maybe a few of the West Coast Avengers, but then that's even one incarnation of them, not even all the members. So it was a nice box set, but let's just get a nice, solid, complete team in a box. Or if you can't do it in a box set, at least do it similar to Squadron team. What's
Supreme.
Yes, thank you. See, I've lost my powers, Rich. So the knowledge is gone. The knowledge is gone.
I'm back again.
Yeah, Rich is back. Rich is back. Yeah, Squadron Supreme, where they did the two packs, didn't they? So you could give us. I wouldn't mind. I'd prefer.
Yeah,
the box
what
set.
I wouldn't want with the Wrecking Crew is for like one to be on this card, then another two to be in like a 2-pack, and then one to be on like a grey Avengers retro card. Like, it needs to be like all or nothing.
Uniform.
And, like, don't spread them about. Like,
well, there's something I'm constantly telling every opportunity I get. When you're releasing teams, release them in quick succession so the formats are similar for us collectors. Like, that type of stuff means, like, it makes a difference. So yeah, I agree. When you do the Wrecking Crew, make it quick and put them in the same format. Thank you very much. What about She-Hulk on an Iron Man card for the Secret Wars wave? That just doesn't make sense, Jamie. That just doesn't make sense. Yeah, Craig agrees, wants them in a box. Doctor, oh no! He says, wave looks good, going to be skipping some, but Daredevil Absorbing Man will be picking up. So yeah, there you go. That's your rumoured wave. Alpha Flight was in a box set. Agreed, but that was a while ago. And that was my point, Aaron, is that Hasbro don't often give us teams in a box. They've been doing a better job with 2-packs recently, where we're getting characters packed together that make sense. Some of my favourite 2-packs from last year were Janet Van Dyne and Hank Pym, and the Heroes for Hire, Luke Cage and Iron Fist. Like, no one could dispute that they ain't good 2-packs. So I don't mind when they continue in that vein for sure. But it's been a while since we've got a decent, like, 4 or 5 figures in a box that is a whole team. So Rich is still wanting that Generation X box set, but maybe one day. It's
even like that X-Force, like, they're starting to build out now.
Yeah.
They're all coming in like
Exactly.
You know, X-23 and Warpath in the pack. You got like Angels with Dirty Faces, like Archangel in another one. It's just all like. All
and then you've got the Nightcrawler in the Nemesis wave. So
but he's from the later run. He's from the later Uncanny X-Force run rather than the Yost and Kyle one.
Big M says, I just brought the whole Wrecking Crew. So when they announce them in a week, you can all thank me. Yeah, that is a curse of the collector, isn't it? When you finally decide to make that bigger purchase on the aftermarket, or you decide to backtrack on a particular figure or character you missed out on, it's always inevitable that the re-release is about to come. Yes, I'm sure that has happened to us all collectors. All right.
That's what you collect, and you can shape it how you want to be, put it in like any order
Of course.
you want to, whether you miss one or what. Like, I don't be like worrying too much because everything comes around again. That's what I always think.
Agreed. Look at me. I sat on that Jean Grey Phoenix 2-pack. And now it's worthless. Worthless.
Oh,
worthless.
you regret that, like a hole in the head, didn't you, Dan? I was offering like £300 for that.
No.
You just got too lost in you, didn't you? Thinking about it too much.
I just liked having an important piece in my collection. That, to be fair, I just opened it again to take out that Cyclops. It's the only giant-sized Cyclops we've got, and that's inevitably getting a redo. Did you know? I didn't realise. I should have mentioned this earlier with Banshee, but giant-sized X-Men. It's his 50th anniversary this year. That could be a box set, right? 50th anniversary box set, Giant Size X-Men.
Yeah, well, Marvel is celebrating it by putting Kamala Khan back in time, so that's
what?
fun, yeah. Yeah.
They're putting her back to that story?
So they're going to take Legion, something happens to Legion, and she can go back through time, so she's going to be back to the original Giant Size X-Men, and then they're going to, like, follow the big X-Men event, so it's going to be, like, Giant Size Age of Apocalypse, all the different big X-Men events are gonna like change and do something with. Who knows, Dan? Comic books.
Okay, all right. Right, let's continue with this leak list. Let's go next to the movie. So no graphics for the movie because we've all seen the movie. So movie wave, rumoured to be Wolverine possible sleeveless body. And I think that was David just assuming if we're going to get another Wolverine, it would make sense to be the sleeveless version, which again, I agree. If they are going to do another Wolverine, it's going to be sleeveless. Blade, which is a Wesley Snipes Blade, who technically, in the 24 years of Marvel Legends or however long it's been, we have had a Marvel Legends Wesley Snipes Blade before. Back in the day, in the Riders Wave, it was about 2006 or 7. Back then, we have had a Wesley Snipes Marvel Legend before. So it would be cool to see a modern day Wesley Snipes Blade. X-23, we never had an X-23 from the Logan movie. The only figures we have from that Logan film was that San Diego exclusive 2-pack with Old Man Charles and Logan. So we never had any of a representation from that. So X-23 would be nice. Cowboy Deadpool. Now, there was a lot of Deadpool variants at the end of that movie, so they probably just picked one at random or someone picked a favourite. I don't know. Jesse Falcon probably loves cowboys. I don't know. But Cowboy Deadpool is a pick. I would have preferred, if I had to pick one of those variants, a Deadpool variant to throw in this wave, I reckon a Lady Deadpool with a baby pool would have been pretty cool as a live action.
In the middle of all those Deadpools, it was Welsh Pool. That's who I was wanting to be. Welsh Pool, of course.
He was the Wrexham player as well, wasn't it? Yeah. I know that. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I wouldn't be mad at that.
I think the one a lot of people want is Nice Pool, but I think Ryan Reynolds keeps his likeness rights, doesn't he? So
we have never.
The whole thing about Nice Pool is his face, and he's pretty, so it's going to be hard to do that. I think
we have never had Ryan Reynolds head sculpt with Marvel Legends at all. So yeah, it'd be very unlikely to get Nice Pool. For the record, I'd take Nice Pool, Welsh Pool, Lady Pool, all of them over Cowboy Deadpool. I have no affiliation or fondness to Cowboy Deadpool. I think that's just a random. Does anyone in the chat want the Cowboy live action Deadpool, or would you have chose a different variant? If so, what variant? I'll read a couple out. And then the last one is Cassandra Nova, which she's the big bad of the movie. That makes sense. So I not the most exciting of action figures, but it would make sense. And I like adding to my MCU collection as well. So I'll be fine with that. So if that is a movie wave, Rich, do you think it's a good wave? Is there anything in that wave that interests you? Anything you'd get?
I don't think it's a good wave, Dan. And I've got to call something out here.
Okay, go for it.
Because this is the 2026 leaks from David Displaying Model Behaviour. But in the 2025 leaks from David Displaying Model Behaviour, the Deadpool and Wolverine movie wave 2 looked completely different. Well, not completely different, but a bit different than this. So in his last video that he did, back before Christmas, the Wave 2 had Cassandra Nova, X-23, Blade, Elektra, Gambit, Human Torch, Mr. Paradox, and then a Juggernaut Build-A-Figure. That was what Wave 2 was leaked last year. So we've kind of had, this one has been, the Build-A-Figure's gone, Elektra's gone, Gambit's gone, and I think Gambit would be one, a lot of people would want of everyone in that movie. So maybe this is wave 3. Maybe we are getting a wave 2 and then we're getting another wave. The
Deadpool figures from the 2025 leak list and this new 2026 leak list contradict each other, essentially. Is Blade on that 2025 list?
So Blade, X-23 and Cassandra Nova are the
three that are on the 2025 list. Yeah. So there's some contradicting going on there. So there's some mixed messages. So yeah, God knows. We don't know. Again, everything's a leak and a rumour until it actually happens. So, yeah.
But it could be as well. Hasbro could be moving stuff about like they have with other things. They could have pushed Blade, X-23 and Cassandra Nova to there. And maybe we're getting Paradox, Elektra and Gambit with another Wolverine variant and another Deadpool. Because there's enough that you could do.
Of course, yeah.
So maybe it's that kind of thing. Human Torch as well could be in there. So there's different things that you could do. I mean, we're all caught up in a moment with these lists all the time. The last year's list, there's already been some contradictions. So that's not to say that David is robbing the information he's getting, but I think Hasbro can still pull the rug. Sometimes, I think Rectangular said before that they moved Tiger out of a wave when he leaked it and replaced it with Wonder Man or something like that. So I think there is some scope for when these things leak. I think Hasbro change them about if they can, just to be like, I was right, type people.
Yeah, no, there's definitely things change. These leak lists get leaked so far in advance because I know that Hasbro sort of gives stores and distributors like a little heads up to try and generate interest of like, oh, how many of these would you be interested in purchasing if we made this? So yeah, these leak lists are definitely there to sort of create a template of the year, and then things will get changed internally and stuff. So yeah, that's probably, and it's because Deadpool is a live action and it's got more tied up with licensing and studio association, then that one probably is got more stuff going on behind the scenes than a regular comic book wave would. But again, we don't know anything. This is all just chatting. Again, I always say these streams, we are talking amongst friends. We don't actually know anything. We're just speculating away.
Flipuma's got a good point in the chat as well, because like if Gambit's assumed to be involved in Doomsday now, maybe that like delayed his figure like from this, and then they pushed it into that wave, because I think that one would sell. So I suppose if there's a Doomsday wave coming up like 2 years time, it would be a good place to put that figure, wouldn't it? So...
Well, Doomsday is like, so this year we're getting we've just been shown some Thunderbolts, and then on the 4th of the 4th, they showed a tease of the Fantastic Four figures that I never even shown. Let me look on Hasbro Pulse. So we already know we're getting movie figures for the movies that are coming out this year. Now, when is Doomsday coming out? Next year?
I think so, yeah, next year,
yeah.
2026.
Yeah, next year. So that would mean they're going to have to start planning Doomsday about nowish, right? They're going to have to start putting that into the schedule, penciling that in. So yeah, maybe there is some truth to that, where if they've already tooled up a Gambit and he's ready to go, but they're like, oh, actually, we could just push him to be in Doomsday, then maybe. But again, who knows? I was trying to find that picture. Where was it posted?
Push the button, Dan. Push the button. Come on, show the picture.
Yeah, I'm trying. Ding. I can't find it. I'll find it and show it when I can find it. But yeah,
it's just their hands like that, basically.
It is just the hands. But there's a few little takeaways from it. It looks like we're getting some type of stretchy arm or something for Reed Richards at least. There's a few, and we're not getting Human Torch in his flamed on expression. So there's a few takeaways. Okay, I found it now. There's a couple of takeaways from the image. So yeah, this picture was released last week. So, and my takeaway from this was the pictures of. So what movies come in first, Thunderbolts or Fantastic Four?
Thunderbolts is May, and then
yes,
Fantastic Four is like June, July. And
so how come when they first reveal Thunderbolts figures, they're only digital renders, but the first look of Fantastic Four figures we get, they're finished figures? That's a promo image right there. Do you know what I mean? Like, so. What's going on there? Are we going to get Fantastic Four figures in hand before we actually get... Do you know what I mean? The way flip-flop internally. Like, that was my takeaway from this image. But otherwise, it looks like Reed Richards got a stretchy arm. We got non-flamed on Johnny. So, yeah, there you go. So, Fantastic Four figures come in. Again, no one's shocked by that. But they're coming. Again, MCU figures always rely on the movie. If the movie is no good, people instantly are not going to like the figures, even if they're a great representation of the source material.
Things got those ugly single jointed elbows.
Yeah, I noticed that. I noticed that too. Yeah, and not a lot of paint detail on him either. Just plastic. That thing body definitely needs a black wash to really justify the sculpt. Because the sculpts on the Thing figures in the past have been really good, but when you haven't got some added paint, it doesn't do them justice. That's why that wall green Thing is still the most valuable thing on the aftermarket, even though there's been 2 re-releases, because it's got the best paint job, and that type of shit matters. So. Yeah, few unfortunate things from this picture. But again, if the movie's good, it won't matter. It won't matter. Right, let's go back to this. Okay, so we talked Deadpool. Did anyone give any good suggestions in the comments in regards to their variant Deadpool? Kevin said Scottish pool. I don't think there was a Scottish pool, Kevin. You might be sneaking that one in there. There wasn't a Scottish pool. Samurai Deadpool, says Alex. I need an Elektra rather than a Cowboy Deadpool, says Jamie. Dogpool, says the infamous. Yeah, I'd literally take most other things than Cowboy Pool. I have no interest in Cowboy Pool. I have the comic. Do you know we got a comic pirate Deadpool?
Yeah.
just in a box. Do you know what I mean? I don't.
In a strong guy.
Yeah, he's in a box. Like, I don't want to display him. I do display the Deadpool with no trousers on though. He's up there somewhere with Lady Pool. They've been up to
You
nonsense.
prefer your Deadpool in like the red dress, yeah, rather than in other colours or whatever.
Yeah, I guess so. Maybe I do.
Yeah.
Deadpool 2099. Oh yeah, they did show like a futuristic Deadpool as well, I guess. Yeah, I agree. I agree with David. Lady Pool and Kid Pool would have been good. Like Hot Toys did. Hot Toys did that package, didn't they? Right, so I'm sorry about this, Rich. I do apologise. As your friend, I know how much this hurts you. But it's on the list. We have to discuss it. It's a 2-pack. I picked this picture.
You don't have to look at it, though, do you? It's like one of those things that are going to follow me home now, that image. It's just going to be like, oh.
I picked that picture on purpose. It is, for anyone who's a bit slow or has never watched the stream before, Rich does not like Kitty Pryde. So we try and avoid talking about her on this channel at every possibility. Rich is not a fan of Kitty Pryde. But unfortunately...
Look how easy she is, phasing through him straight the way she is. She's like, walk this way, Peter.
So there is a leaked list of, on the leaked list from David, there's a 2-pack of Colossus and Kitty Pryde. So I would ask Rich, what does he think? So, but I know he instantly hates Kitty Pryde. So instead I'm going to twist the question and say that Hasbro have been slowly rebuilding this astonishing X-Men team in plastic. We have got Cyclops, we have got Jean Grey, we've got Emma Frost, we have got the Astonishing Wolverine, which was a great figure last year, part of the 85th anniversary line. So we have these 3, all right, in the new Marvel Legend. They're all pinless, they look great. I think Emma is a bit awkward to stand still, and she has a weird cape, but otherwise, it looks like Astonishing Emma Frost. We still need Beast, Kitty Pryde, and Colossus. So, if anything, Rich, this 2-pack gives me hope that they have plans for Beast somewhere else because they're going to complete this team. But do you have any attachment to this team, regardless of your hatred to Kitty? Did you like this run of X-Men? Do you want these versions of these characters on your shelf?
You know that I say this all the time, but I'm not a massive fan of Astonishing X-Men. Like, Astonishing X-Men was kind of like this thing where they brought these Hollywood people in to write comic books, and it was like a big thing. And then they were all really slow. Like, Kevin Smith never finished his like Daredevil run. Like, Alan Heinberg delayed Wonder Woman for like 2 years, and Joss Whedon, like, I think his Astonishing X-Men run took forever to like finish out. So like I've got issues with this whole era of comic book storytelling. I never liked Astonishing X-Men. It's decompressed. It was like these 6-issue arcs where everything is fucking slow. So it's written for like trade paperbacks. It was there to sell like so. So now people go back reading the collected editions. I'm sure it's fantastic. I wasn't a big fan of it. One of the things I did like is he did bring Colossus back. Colossus was killed off just before the new X-Men run in this really shitty legacy virus storyline from Scott Lobdell, Eva's destruction, and then Scott Lobdell died. Scott Lobdell killed off Colossus for like no reason at all. So to get Colossus back on the team was a good thing because his death was wasted. He's a great character. I was much happy to see Colossus back on the team. And then Emma has got a good run in it. And then there's things like Armor is introduced. Abigail Brand, she's a good character. The villain Ordy's a bit shit as well. But yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of Astonishing X-Men, but I have read it all. So there, yeah.
So, would it pain you then? Like, would you buy the 2-pack just to get a new Colossus?
If it's an updated good Colossus, then yeah. Like, because those big bulky characters need to be like updated, like legs and arms and everything like that.
Yeah.
And going from, like, we had Death's Head last year. I think there's a lot of parts of Death's Head that could be reused for a Colossus. Maybe not this version, but for, like, a pinless version. But again, going off the fact that Maximum Hulk has still got pinned legs, I'm guessing Colossus too will be having pinned legs.
Yeah.
Is what my guess is.
So the last time we got Colossus in a similar look is in the 2-pack with, who was it? Was it Juggernaut? Was it Juggernaut and Colossus? Yeah. And then before that, we got like a more modern look for Colossus with the beard in a X-Men Build-A-Figure wave. So I do think people want the opportunity to get this Colossus again in this look, because this look is very similar to even Giant Size X-Men, like I was talking about earlier, and other runs. Like this is probably his most iconic look for Colossus in your display. So I do agree with Rich. I think Colossus would be the highlight of this 2-pack. But maybe other people out there that's not called Rich M would like the idea of getting an updated Kitty Pryde as well. To be fair, just talking subjectively of Marvel Legends, Rich, we do need an upgraded Kitty Pryde to bring her up to standard. I know you don't.
I don't think anyone does that, but okay, it's about you now, not me.
Yeah, we haven't got a Kitty with like double jointed elbows. We've got the last Kitty we got was in a Build-A-Figure wave, and she had what's the is it not Lockjaw? What's the dragon called? Lockheed, yeah. Lockheed. We've never really got Kitty with any type of phasing effects. That'd be interesting to see. We did get not Pirate Kitty, but Excalibur Kitty in that free pack.
I mean, they did the Krakoa was the Marvel Unlimited, but they just put like
the pirate.
The nose.
Yeah,
they just put
give her a pirate sword.
That was it.
yeah. So since then we haven't had an updated body for Kitty. So I actually do think this would be a popular 2-pack. Maybe not for Rich M, but I do think people would like the idea, especially as it takes you closer to completing this team. And as I said.
Wouldn't you have preferred though is to be a Colossus and Beast?
Of course.
You're in denial now about this. You just need Beast.
Of course. If this was a Colossus and Beast 2-pack, then of course I would have preferred that. But that's not what David Display says, I'm afraid. So yeah. So far, no leaked list for Beast anywhere. Where's Beast? We need an updated Cat Beast. Even though Rich did buy me one for Christmas, which I'm very happy with. If we're gonna
Beast will be with armor. Finish out the girls of the team, man.
Yeah. So so as I said, we've got Cyclops, we've got Wolverine, we've got Emma Frost, all within the last 2 years. So surely, if a rumor is out there for Colossus and Kitty, which talking about 2-packs that make sense, is a 2-pack that makes sense. Like the characters go together. So yeah. So that just makes me think: where would Beast go? Where would a Cat Beast go? Somewhere. Who knows? But there you go. So I know Rich didn't want to discuss it, but we had to discuss it, and we found out he would get a new Colossus as well. So still a good thing there for sure. So let me close some tabs.
I'll send my Kitty Pryde to Aaron Wiley because he's a big fan of Kitty Pryde.
Oh, there you go then. So there you go. Problem solved. Problem solved. Okay, right. Let's keep going with this leak list then. Let's keep going. Next up, what do I have some graphics prepared? Yes, I do. All right. So again, Photoshop unmatched. If you see this photo anywhere else on the internet, it was mine. It's the Spider-Man wave. Now this one, you know me, Rich, I love a Spider-Man wave, especially if I'm going to get some more Toy Biz tribute retro cards, right? I'm a sucker for it. I have a whole wall of them. Like even characters that I don't really give a shit about, like Spider-Clone and Negative Zone Spider-Man and shit like that. But I have room. There's still...
You can't give the characters you just don't like. Like, no one can do that. I can't do that.
No.
You've got to have the ones you want.
Because for me, it's about the card. Like it's a tribute to how I started collecting. It's more than just the character, it's the whole package, Rich. So it's and there's still characters I don't have in my collection, so I'm not mad at it about it. It's not like it's Kitty Pryde on a Spider-Man retro card, you know what I mean? Like, so it's fine. So
Ultimate Kitty Pryde though.
So well, in recent time with these Spider-Man card back waves, they've been split. The last 2 Spider-Man card back wave have been split. 3 modern, 3 retro. 3 modern, 3 retro. So this looks like it's going to be the exact same thing if it's the case. So this list is a bit more vague. So the pictures that I've used here are just my guesses based off the information David gave in his video. So David's information was Spider-Man 2099, but he doesn't know which version. Now we've had both modern and old school version in the Marvel Legends line before.
To be fair though, in the comic books, Spider-Man 29 is back to the classic version anyway.
Okay.
Like, the white version is gone again, so I'd imagine it would be an updated version.
Well, the only reason I went with the white for the image is because we actually have the previous 2099 on the retro card already.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
So, but that hasn't stopped them before. We have got Venom on the retro card twice. There's rumours out there we're going to get another Mysterio this year, which would make it the second Mysterio on a retro card. So I don't think they're against doing the same character on a retro card again. But I initially went to the white outfit for 2099 because we haven't got that on a retro card. And if this wave is split 3 modern, 3 classic, and there's no challenging that the bottom 3 on this list are classic characters, then you're going to use a more modern design for Spider-Man 2099 for the modern card. That's where my brain was going. So if I had to make a guess based off this information, I'd say that. He also said Uncanny Spider-Man, which is Nightcrawler in a Spider-Man costume. Now, I've not read the comic, Rich, so I have no context. Can you add any information to why Nightcrawler and Spider-Man hybrid's going on there?
So this is during the fall of X. This is the last Krakoan era. So mutants get like hunted by like the Stark Sentinels, and like Orcus are like trying to get rid of all the mutants. So the way like Nightcrawler disguises himself is he dresses in a Spider-Man suit because obviously the mutants have been hunted and being captured, and he like hides in plain sight by being a version of Spider-Man. Like, you know, it's a different look.
Did anyone not notice that Spider-Man had a tail?
Well, that's the thing. But I mean, like, it's unique. I mean, and the three fingers as well, and like toes. But it is a unique look, and I like that era of X-Men. I wasn't a fan of like the Fall of X years, as I've said before, but I think getting more House of X figures, I'm happy with this one. I'll definitely pick this one up. Even if someone gets sexy modern day card, I'll still get it.
I think people will like this one. This isn't like a Hallows Eve or a Francine Fry. Like, I think people would appreciate the opportunity to buy this one. Just because people, I always say, never be afraid to learn via the medium of action figures. Don't get put off if you're unfamiliar with the character. Sometimes you just want to buy something because it looks cool and it's a cool concept. And let's be honest, the concept of a Nightcrawler mashed with Spider-Man is pretty cool looking. Like, and I think this will look great in action figure form. So if they made this, I'm for it. You know, I've not read the. If anything, it makes me want to go and read about it and figure it out. But so yeah, Nightcrawler, Spider-Man, Uncanny Spider-Man as they're calling it. I'm absolutely fine with that, and that would make sense for a modern card as well. So there's the first two modern cards. And then the last one, again, this is very vague because the only information we have is Spider-Man/Venom. Unknown exactly what that is. So again, he had no extra, he just said Spider-Man/Venom, which to be honest, could be anything. Could be absolutely anything in the Spider world. But something that happened recently in the comics, and they also did a lot in the toy line, was like the Venom crossover, like the Venom world or whatever it was called. So I just Googled like modern Spider-Man Venom and just started going through images. And this one caught my eye. It's like a modern comic cover of Spider. So this is just me pulling random images off Google going, oh, that'd be a cool action figure. So do you have any ideas?
The other way they could do this is all new Venom we've featured before, they've just announced the identity of, and I'm not going to spoil it for anyone, but it could be that one, because you might be thinking with this lineup, like, what about a girl figure? Well, if it was that version of all new Venom, it could be that. And I enjoyed that storyline until that reveal, because all the suspects they put out, it wasn't them, it was someone new. It was a bit like, oh, why? Let
me throw an image up for the people. So yeah, that's Spider-Man Venom. And to be honest, let's think about this as well in the sense of what they've done with recent waves. So Hallows Eve was literally released like a year after she debuted in the comics, right? So this Venom, if this was a 2006 wave, a 2026 wave, like this would actually be a good shout, to be fair. So yeah, this could be it, a black and gold Venom. Like, again, we don't have to get into spoilers of who the Venom host is, but
I think by the time it came out, it would be enough time passed that head could be in there as an alternate head as well.
And it's been a while since we got any type of that character either.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're not wrong. That'd be an interesting packing as well, wouldn't it, to see this character randomly with that head. If you know, we're not going to say spoilers, but be wary of the chat because somebody might drop it in. But yeah, this is actually a better guess for that clue. So again, all we have is Spider-Man/Venom, but going off previous Spider-Man waves where they usually throw in a modern character, this makes sense. And it's an easy thing. It's the type of thing Hasbro would love to do. It's a fucking repaint of something they've already got. Again, not validating repaints by any means. It's just what we're used to by Hasbro. And people would buy it because it's a Spider-Verse character and people love adding any type of Spider-Man to themselves. So, interesting. So yeah, I like that shout. That's probably a better shout than whatever this was. This was Venom Wars or something like that. It was like some spider armor. So yeah, 3 modern cards. There's your 3 modern characters, okay? They'd be on the new modern card, very much like the Hallows Eve, the Spider Shots and stuff like that of recent time. Let's look at these classic characters now. So these these ones are a little bit more interesting because they're just deep cuts. We've got the Owl, Hypno Hustler, who was rumored to get a movie, by the way. Like, what's it? Danny Glover. Is it Danny? Not Danny. No, Donald Glover. Danny Glover. Not Danny Glover. Donald Glover pitched to Sony that he wanted to do a Hypno Hustler movie, and he ended up playing Prowler instead. But and then we have Cardiac, who displaying leaky behaviour earlier on donated that $1 and really loved Cardiac. So someone out there is a massive Cardiac fan. So yeah, these would definitely be the three on the retro card, the Toy Biz packaging. I can confirm to you that none of these were on the original Toy Biz card back in the day. But again, they're old school characters. If that line continued, maybe. But they are deep cuts. We've got the Owl, who is like, he can't really fly. He can like glide, can't he? He's a mob boss who can glide, essentially.
He's like a crime lord, and like, he's more in like the Kingpin, like with Daredevil and Spider-Man as well. He's kind of like behind the scenes, like pulling the strings on other villains and stuff like that. Yeah,
he's a rich guy. He created he was obsessed with enhanced people. He tried to give himself enhancements, and instead he just turned himself into some like jumping owl who could glide a little bit. So he's a bob.
Was the same hairdresser as Wolverine as
yes,
well.
Yes.
I want that one. I want that haircut.
Just took in a picture of Wolverine and went, yes, this one, please. So he's an old school crime lord boss, okay? So think along the same lines as, like Rich said, Kingpin, Tombstone, Hammerhead, like those type of mob boss type people, okay? So you got the Owl.
He looks good, but just with the Owl, with Marvel Legends team and the history of capes.
Yeah, he wouldn't move.
This is going to be like a Red Widow situation, isn't it? It's going to be like...
But you know what makes me look... If I look at this outfit, right, if they repainted that in brown, they could release a Mastermind as well. Do you know what I mean?
They could. I would much rather a Mastermind. But I like the Owl. I would buy the Owl, to be fair.
If he's on a retro card, I'm getting two of them. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, no, I wouldn't be mad at it, but I completely agree. It'd be like traffic cone effect, where we wouldn't be able to lift his arms up or anything like that. But that outfit is definitely similar to Mastermind, who we've not got in the Legends line, and we still sort of need for the sort of Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. So if they did, and they always sometimes make a mold and then give us a character we don't want before they actually give us the character we do want with that mold. So I could see them releasing Owl in this wave, and then later down the line we get a Mastermind in a similar outfit, because it would be very wouldn't it? I'd take away the bow and the head, and it could be the same character. Pixels and Plastic, Big Will, he says MC2 Spider-Man, Venom, Blue and Black. Does he mean Marvel Capcom, Peter Parker, Spider-Man, Venom and Black? Is that what you mean? Marvel Capcom 2? Is that what he means, Rich? Do you think Marvel Capcom 2? Peter Parker, Spider-Man, Venom and Blue and Black?
Guessing so, because the other MC2 is like Spider-Girl's universe is the MC2, but I don't think he means that version of Peter Parker. I'm guessing he means Marvel Capcom.
Marvel Capcom Blue, maybe Venom was in a bit of blue. MC2 universe. I'm confused. I need more information. Blue Venom was rumored. Okay, are you on about the blue skin from the game? Is that what you're referring to? And let me tell you about Hypno Hustler. Okay, so if you don't know who Hypno Hustler is, again, he's an obscure Spider-Man villain. So he's in a band, and he basically can hypnotize you with his music. And he has a band. Don't ask me what the band's called. Do you know what the band's called, Rich?
Where my kiss? I haven't got a clue. No idea what the band could be.
So he's got a band, and basically he hypnotizes you with his guitar, and then he'll beat you up or rob you. He's just a petty thug that can hypnotize you. He's a quirky villain, and he's Hypno Hustler. So yeah, a very obscure villain. But again, we've got a Marvel Legends guitar they probably need to reuse. I don't know. But Hypno Hustler on a retro card. Would you have any interest in Hypno Hustler?
Yeah, I think he looks like a good character.
Just fun, just fun.
Yeah, I'd get. He looked unique on the shelf. with that like white and pink as well. He'd stand out a bit. So yeah.
Yeah, people are so afraid to just have fun with toys. They feel like there has to be some like deep justification. Like, no, that's too much of it. Like, it's just a fun deep cut to add to your shelf. We've never had any plastic or action figure representation of Hypno Hustler. Just put him on the shelf. It'll be fun. He'll give you a guitar and his little microphone. Yeah, okay. So Hypno Hustler, old school, and again, Spider Villain, street thug type vibe. And then last but not least,
Mercy Killers, the black that says the band is called
Mercy Killers. There you go. I knew someone would know. So yeah, Mercy Killers. Yeah, I think his his headphones disguise his music. He also has smoke boots or something like that. I think I read earlier. So yeah. So anyway, Hypno Hustler, deep cut. Not so much of a deep cut, more of a 90s era villain, I believe, is Cardiac. And Cardiac's, would you say, an anti-hero, rich, good guy? He thinks he's a good guy, but he does bad things, like that type of category, right? He's teamed up with Spider-Man, hasn't he? Like, he's been on Spider-Man's side.
He's been like a hero, he's been a villain. Like he comes into conflict with Spider-Man, but he's also helped him as well. And you know, if you flatline, he's the hero you need about to like stab it in you and get you back to life.
Yeah, he's replaced his heart. He's replaced his own heart with like a little reactor or something like that, and then he has this mesh skin suit. But he's an anti-hero, so he's a good guy and a bad guy. He is teamed up with Spider-Man, but Spider-Man has also beat him up on occasion as well. So he is whatever you need him to be for your display. Okay, however your frame of reference is for this character within the comics, however you remember him, he can be that. But he is a Spider villain that people have been, a Spider character that people have been asking for. I'm assuming 90s. But I just may be thinking that because...
yeah, he's Eric Larson, so he's like 90s.
Yeah.
Just don't be around him when the ring comes. Just stand away. Stand away.
So again, so that would be a retro card. Again, a 90s character makes a lot of sense on the 90s Toy Biz tribute packaging. So there would be your 3 characters on a retro card. So if that's the case, I've got room for them. I'll be buying them for my wall. They'll be getting on there. I never thought I'd have a display on my wall of Hypno Hustler, but the day may be coming where Hypno Man is going to be like, who are these characters? But what do you think of this wave then, Rich? For another Spider-Man card back wave. 3 modern and 3 classic.
I mean, I don't hate it. It's got like some new characters, some new looks. Like Spider-Man 2099, like you said, it's going to be interesting to see like how that
complete
works,
guess.
how they're going to do it.
Complete guess, no idea.
And also the Venom, like what happens with that. But like as it is, like Uncanny, Spider-Man, Owl, Hypno Hustler, and Cardiac, all figures that I would add to my shelf. So I give this with flowers. It looks really good.
Yeah, I agree with Rich. So I'd be in on Uncanny Spider-Man with the Nightcrawler Spider-Man hybrid. It's just a cool looking design I would like an action figure of, please. So yes, in for that. I'm in for the 3 classic characters. All characters we have never had in the Marvel Legends line before. I love forever expanding that Marvel universe, adding new characters to the shelf. So yes, I'm in for Owl, Hypno Hustler, and Cardiac. In regards to the 2 question marks that aren't quite sure, that was just a guess, and even though I said we've already got a classic looking Spider-Man 2099 on the retro card, it is on the older body with the pins. So I wouldn't mind them doing the Spider-Man 2099 body again on an updated body. So I'd rather that than the white suit. I'd literally rather an upgraded version of 2099, pinless, and then...
I tell you what I would like, though, because like we've had... a couple of versions of Miguel now, Spider-Man 2099.
Yeah.
But like Venom 2099 or the other 2099 characters, they could do them. They would be like cool to get.
Yeah, we've got no others for Venom. Let me throw a picture of Venom up on the screen of 2099 Venom. Just first one. Is that accurate?
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
I think that's more modern day take on it, but yeah, that's more or less.
Yeah, he's got the... I know he has the things that go over his shoulder, the lines, so... So yeah, again, so these 2 in the middle, these 2 here, again, these are a complete, we don't know what these are, but I like Rich's idea. I'd take a Spider-Man 2099 in his classic look, but pinless. Let me just throw up a picture of that for anyone who can't think of what that original design looked like. Where's the original figure, actually? I'll just Google Marvel Legends. Marvel Legends, Spider-Man 2099. We have... Oh, I'm getting all the really Spider-Verse bloody pictures. Into the Spider-Verse. So that's the one we've already got. Okay? So I'm the type of idiot that would buy that again, on the retro card again, for the updated body.
Would you display both of them, or would you pull that one off and put the new one on?
I think when real estate is getting to that important time, Rich, maybe I would switch it out for the better version. Maybe I would. But I'd rather it not. Don't get me wrong, I'd rather it wasn't the same figure again, the same character design again on the retro card. But I'm just saying, if they did it, I would like to upgrade the version I've got, because he has got the older body. But I also prefer...
The situation with our room is you've only got like 2 walls you can put figures on. So
yeah, exactly. So I need to start making rules. Yeah, I need to start making rules of like, okay, someone's getting cut. So, but I also prefer your idea. For that last Spider-Man Venom hybrid, I like this look. Just a gold and black aesthetic. I just think that'd be cool looking, like so. And again, if you know the story and you know who it is, then it makes it even more interesting in action figure form. So,
but I think if you don't know the story, you'd be more likely to buy it, because if you start reading the story, you might not want it.
Well, why don't they pack in different heads? They could put in a couple of the suspects' heads. They're never going to do that because they're only. If it had been coming out now, I think that, or they could have put it like behind like a secret mystery box or something. Like Thor's hammer behind the shield. Yeah. That's the only time they've ever done that.
A year's time, this is going to be everywhere. Everyone will know who it is, so it's not going to be as like secretive.
Yeah, and well done comments. I don't think I've seen anyone in the comments actually reveal it, so bravo to you guys for playing nice. But yeah, I actually quite like this Spider-Man wave. Again, curious on those last 2 question marks, but there are ways it could be done to make this a very solid wave. So yeah, we shall see where it goes. But again, all just rumour until it actually happens. So there you go. Once again, thank you to whoever David Displaying Model Behaviour's leak is. Who is it, David? I know he lives that side of the world these days. I think he's moving back to the UK soon. So maybe he has an accomplice or something. Maybe he's standing outside factories with magnifying, like binoculars or something. I don't know what his source is, but so far, to give credit to his list, they have been pretty decent. So there's no reason not to think that some of this may become a reality. But can I point out though, Rich, not one character on another leaked list is mentioned in my Marvelous March. What the hell is Hasbro just boycotting Marvelous March? Like, did they just listen?
Crossed them all off.
They literally
like, no, not doing any of these.
Watched all my Marvelous March and went, no, we're not doing that. No, we're not doing that. Not one leak that matches with my. I mentioned 31 characters we genuinely need in our Marvel Legends collection, and they're just avoiding them.
I think you've got hope for one of those characters this year anyway, because she was on a leaked list, wouldn't she, for 2025? There is hope for one Thigh-blade with...
Oh, come on, just one. If I get one of those characters out of the 31 I picked...
Video there.
Oh my God.
I was right.
Absolutely. I said I was going to do a bingo card. What's the fucking point? I'm never going to be shouting house. Never mind.
And this is why people watch David Display's Model Behaviour for leak list, not the Danu channel.
Yeah, don't come to me. People are still mad at me about Mephisto. I never said Mephisto was a leak, by the way. I just was trying to will it into existence. It's my YouTube channel. I can say what I want, but people get mad at you. Like, they think it's your job. Like, this isn't my job. As much as I would love it to be, this is not. So, yeah, until then, I can just say anything. Anything. Let's just make up a leak list and do a video about that.
Jungle Wave full of Shana the She-Devil and everything like that.
Look, if I did a fake leak list...
Savage Land Wave.
That's what I'm saying. It would have been my characters I picked for Marvelous March, and not one of them has even happened yet. So people would know I was lying straight away. Anyway, I digress. Again, these type of things are always fun. Like, I think the conversation is nothing but a positive thing, and until things are actually revealed, we don't know. I don't like to be if I got given information myself, I don't want to be the guy leaking it. That's not my game. Again, never been my game on YouTube. I've never been a leaker. But if the world is talking about it, or the community are talking about it, then me and Rich don't want to be naive to it. We're just going to discuss it for fun. So that's what this is. Discussing it. What is your favourite thing on that list there, Rich?
Probably the Secret Wars wave, I'd say, maybe.
Yeah, I genuinely like this wave and the Secret Wars wave.
If Absorbing Man's a single figure, I think Absorbing Man would be.
If these two waves happen close to what's been leaked, I think they're decent. they're decent for the Marvel Legends line. Again, it's only a percentage of what we're getting in the Legends line, so it's not like, oh no, that's all we're getting. Like, it's just a couple of leaks. It's not a problem. If these lists ain't for you, then there'll be something else for you later down the line. I have no doubts about it. But I quite like the look of these too. So yeah, if they happen, they happen. We shall find out. We do usually start to find out towards the end of the year what's being revealed early in the following year. So again, we're no more. Again, San Diego Comic-Con's. We've got one more. We've
still got a lot this year.
No, this is my point. Yeah. We've got Dan Yoon confirmed. We have one more Hasbro Pulse fan stream before San Diego, so that's probably going to be May or June. And we've obviously got San Diego Comic-Con, where they do a handful of reveals as well. Not as many as they used to, granted, but they try and save a couple of decent reveals for San Diego. So just within the next couple of months, we're going to have lots more Marvel Legends reveals for this year. So this list is looking way ahead. But again, it's always fun just to have the conversation about the hobby for sure. So yeah, any final thoughts, Rich, before we wrap up this evening?
Let's hope there's more innovation next year than this year, because I think mini comic waves and maximum figures haven't hit my sweet spot yet. I'm a bit like, we're Legends this year. So
agreed.
Hopefully they can turn it around.
As a Legends collector, I've collecting, like, we're getting on to the point where if you've been collecting Legends since the get-go, you've probably been collecting Legends longer than you haven't, depending on how old you are. Do you know? So I was never in on the first early days of Toy Biz. I was never in on it. Wasn't until later in Toy Biz I got into Legends, and then I used to hide them under my bed back in my flat while I thought I was a hip hop artist. But I've been collecting Legends for a hell of a long time, and I agree. As a Legends collector, this year has been a little bit frustrating, as there's certain things I like, but then it gets overshadowed by the things I don't like. And I always feel like the community can be a bit disproportionate and balanced, where people either love it or hate it. But I do think there's a lot of grey area where you can, like, be frustrated as a collector, where it's like, they were so close, but they just need to tweak this or they need to change that. And I feel that way about so many releases at the minute, where I'm like, I can see the potential there, but they just didn't quite execute it, and it can just be frustrating. But overall, I still think you cannot world build a Marvel universe in the 1/12 scale as good as you can with Marvel Legends. You just can't. And that's what I love about collecting. So
CT Toys are getting their mine. CT Toys.
CT Toys. Look, you can't world build yet with CT Toys. You can have a Spider-Man. I have
20 Wolverines, 20 Spider-Man. What else do you need?
I've never, ever, ever, ever in my life said Marvel Legends are the best Marvel action figures. I've never said that. But the Marvel Legends line, no one can dispute, isn't a solid line. But it depends on your personal preferences of collecting. If you are genuinely after the best 1/12 scale 6-inch version of Spider-Man, then you're probably going to go to a Mafex or something like that. And that's fair game. No one's challenging you. But for me, I love the world building aspect of collecting. I'm trying to create a plastic representation of the Marvel universe I love from the different source materials I've digested in my life, whether it be the comics, animated shows, movies, or cartoons, whatever it is. And you can't do that anywhere else in the depth that you can with Legends. That's why I love Legends. So and don't mistake that love for Hasbro to Legends. It's Marvel I love. Marvel is the reason I collect Legends. Yes, let's wrap it up, and let me just finish with the after show, people. So the after show, we didn't hit the threshold tonight, but that's not to worry, because we're still going to be doing the after show anyway. So if you are Who Crew Deluxe, we will be going to do the after show, and if you are Who Crew Deluxe, even if you don't want to join us on the show, you can watch it live or on the replay. I appreciate your support as always. Let me just end this poll, Rich, before we forget. I always forget to end the poll. Let's have a little look-see. We said, did you pre-order Maximum Series Hulk? 71% of, let's be honest, if you're watching this channel, over 200 people here live on a Thursday afternoon, if you're watching this channel, you collect Legends in some capacity, or at least have a passing interest in Marvel Legends. 71% not pre-ordering what is essentially meant to be the best representation of a character is not a good look. So hopefully this type of thing speaks volumes to the people that need to pay attention and be like, look, there's just, you need to get, we want the best. We want the best. And we know you can do better. We know you can do better. Not quite there yet. Not quite there yet. Not quite maximum yet. Haven't really hit that threshold yet. Like, but yeah, I'm ending the poll. 71%. There you go. Message has been sent. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. We'll be back next week. No Thursday and no Sunday stream this week. No Legends of Liquor, but I will be in person at I'm about to say New York Toy Fair. Then I won't be at New Toy. I'll be at a lot smaller than New York Toy NEC Birmingham. So if you are going to NEC Birmingham Toy Fair, it is this Sunday, the 14th of April in the UK. So if you are a UK collector, you're going to NEC Toy Fair this Sunday. Say hello. Come and say hello, won't you? It'll be me and Rich in person. Jay.
Come and see Dan, and he'll hold up his arm, and you can see the copyright Hasbro Made in Taiwan logo on it.
Yeah. I will charge you a tariff, though, just to get in the vicinity. I'm just warning you. But yes, we'll be back. Kurt K is asking me to do a Toys and Toyota Part 2. Yeah, I may actually film something this time, maybe. I don't usually like filming stuff for like when we're being sociable, because I like to just enjoy hanging out rather than have to stress about making content. But if a few people are lingering, maybe I'll put something together. Maybe we shall see. All right, beautiful. Let's get out of here. Yeah, Rich, where can the good people find you online?
You can find me among the weeds in the Sugar Babes concert this weekend, and in Toy Fair too. I will be there. Come and say hello to me.
And write in the comments how many Sugar Babe titles you heard Rich drop into today's stream. He dropped in a load of Sugar Babe titles during the conversation.
Oh, Dad, I didn't just do a lot. I did all the discography. I got it all. Come on.
So write as many Sugar Babe titles that you heard Rich say in the comments of this video, and if you get them, maybe I'll give you a prize next week. Because bravo, Rich, well done, well done. I noticed a few of the obvious ones, but I don't know all their songs. But bravo. But we're out of here. We'll see you next week. All right, goodbye. Go check out my reviews for this wave here. Go and check them out. I've got
push the button.
Yeah.
Push the button.
Go and click Banshee review, and also Dakin, Drake, Drakan, Dakan, Dark Wolverine. Thank you, Rich. Go and check it. Bye bye.